Hello, and welcome to Healthy Kingston, a health promotion and wellness program of the Kingston Board of Health. I'm Janet Wade, your host. Loneliness is a serious public health issue. Loneliness and social isolation are widely recognized as major health concerns with the potential for serious mental and physical health consequences. And here's why. A significant portion of the population experiences loneliness. The former U.S. Surgeon General issued an advisory back in May of 2023 stating that, quote, roughly half of American adults report experiencing loneliness. This issue existed before the COVID-19 pandemic, and it has increased since that time. The health risks associated with chronic loneliness are comparable to those of well-established public health risks. For example, obesity and smoking up to 15 cigarettes a day. Also, other specific health issues such as cardiovascular disease, stroke, and dementia. There's a higher likelihood of developing depression and anxiety, and also a weakened immune system and chronic inflammation. Loneliness affects not only individuals, but also communities. It can hinder academic performance, reduce workplace productivity, and contribute to a decline in civic engagement and community participation. Tackling loneliness requires a multifaceted approach, encompassing individuals, the community, and national strategies. This includes acknowledging your own loneliness, reaching out for a support network, and encouraging activities and fostering connections within your particular neighborhood, community, and area. Get involved in your community, support community organizations, and promote organizations that prioritize human connection. Also, encourage your healthcare provider to screen for loneliness and social isolation. They should be doing this, and also integrating social needs into your treatment plans, and connecting you with relevant local resources that can keep you from isolation and encourage a sense of productiveness and community. If you're in a position to do so, support policy and social infrastructure improvements, expanding intergenerational programs and promoting research into effective interventions to fight loneliness. We're fortunate here in Kingston to have several active community programs. One of those is the Council on Aging. So with that, I'd like to introduce the Director of Elder Affairs for the town of Kingston, Holly Nighelli. So nice to have you here with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. With that, I'd like to find out a little bit more about you personally before we get into the Council on Aging itself. So please tell us a little bit about your background and how it is you got involved with working with seniors.
Sure. So I've worked at the Council on Aging for almost 6 years. I started as a part-time media and marketing coordinator, so I was responsible for producing the content and the production of our monthly newsletter that we still produce now. I also was sort of just in charge of all the internal and external promotions of the Council on Aging, getting the word out about what we did, who we are, and what services we have to offer. The timing of that was kind of odd because 6 months later was COVID.
Oh,
and things drastically shifted in terms of how people were taken care of, how their needs were met, especially with the senior community. That became very interesting. So we navigated that, and I then went full-time as the assistant director, and now I'm the director of Elder Affairs. I've been in that position since February. And I just kind of came into the position as wanting to give back to the community. I don't live in Kingston, but I live nearby, and it's just such a rewarding, fulfilling experience to see, day to day that you can make an impact on someone's, even if it's just one person's life,
Sure.
To sort of help them navigate the world.
Absolutely. Well, I've heard only wonderful things about you, and I've
thank
certainly
you.
worked with you one-on-one. It's been terrific.
Yeah.
So we're very fortunate as a town, as a community, to have you in that place, and to have had all that experience leading up to the position is even all that much more advantageous for us.
It is. It's
Which is
nice that
great.
I've sort of been in many facets of the building and within the department, so that definitely comes in handy. And I know the people. I pretty much know everybody that walks into the building, and that's helpful too. And you develop relationships, so that's important.
Great. With that, what are the services that the Council on Aging offers?
Sure. So we offer a wide variety of services. First and foremost, I think we're there to support elders in the aging process. We are able to connect people with services that they may not otherwise be able to find on their own. So we have an outreach coordinator that can answer questions and provide referrals for housing, for food assistance, for fuel assistance, SNAP, a whole variety of legal services, and just connecting seniors with sort of unmet needs, healthcare, everything across the board when it comes time to look into maybe assisted living or any kind of memory care living, things like that. We also offer a transportation program for seniors in Kingston, so we can get them to where they need to be, whether they don't drive anymore, they don't have a vehicle anymore. We can provide transportation services in and around Kingston at no charge to Kingston seniors.
That's tremendous. So you take, for example, the grocery, doctor's appointments. What's your area of operation if people want to know this?
So it's all of Kingston, parts of Plymouth, and then parts of Duxbury, and it's a mix. A lot medical appointments always take priority. People that need to go to the doctor's offices, follow-up appointments, PT, things like that. But then there's also people that just need normal everyday errands. So the grocery store, getting their hair cut, going to CVS to pick up prescriptions, anything like that.
How do you go about registering to do this?
So they can call the Council on Aging, and it's just a quick registration over the phone, and we get you set up. Rides are booked all internally through our office, so all of the scheduling and the dispatching go through us. So it's nice because you don't land in a central dispatching area. You always talk to a member of our staff, so that's always helpful.
Terrific. I didn't realize you had an extensive advocacy program. That's wonderful. I am aware of some of your other services, if you could relay
So,
those.
beyond that, the Senior Center is there for socialization. We offer exercise programs. We have a cafe that's open 4 days a week. We offer events and activities all day, every day, Monday through Friday. We have entertainers come in. We have Nick from the library comes in once a month. So we really partner with other departments around the town to promote services and events that are happening. So sometimes people from the assessor's office are coming in to talk about tax implications for seniors. Again, the library, we have our town administrator comes over once a month and does office hours. Our police chief comes over once a month and does office hours. So again, we just try to provide a place where people can get information without barriers in a comfortable environment. And our exercise programs and our education classes are always available, and most of those are at little or no cost.
That's what I was going to say. Is there a fee for them?
Right, so there's no fee to become a member of the Council on Aging and to receive services. The only activities that are charged for are the exercise classes.
Okay.
And then the food at our cafe. It's a nominal cost.
What is a person's entree into this? So they register first to become a member?
Yes.
What does that entail?
So it's just a brief couple of questions to get some personal information about the senior. And we register them in our system. That just allows us to track activities, numbers of people attending the programs. Again, there's no charge. There's no membership fee or annual dues. You can either call the senior center or you can come in and fill out a piece of paper and get a scan card and you're all set up.
What is your definition of a senior?
My definition of a senior, so sometimes people don't like being called seniors, older adults, active adults. A senior, I think, is someone who has reached a certain age, but they're someone who's still involved in the community, and they're maybe in sort of this gap in their life where they've retired or they've significantly cut down on the amount of work that they're doing. And they're just sort of looking for the next step in their life, and they're looking for the next, a place for them to fit in and to feel comfortable and to feel important, right? Sometimes they feel like nobody wants to hear my story, or they don't care about the past, but that's not the case. Seniors have a lot of knowledge and wisdom to offer, and we need to listen to that.
Absolutely. So is there an age range that you deal with? Or really anyone can go in?
So our town, you're considered a senior at age 60. So anyone 60 and over is eligible to receive services through the Council on Aging.
Okay. Okay. Do any of the seniors give the classes if they have any particular talents, abilities?
Yes. We have a few seniors who are actually part of the town's senior tax work-off program who teach classes. So we have an art instructor who's an active senior. Our craft class instructor is also on our senior tax work-off program. Some of the exercise instructors are seniors themselves. And that's nice because I think that people don't feel as intimidated.
Yes. Sure. And they're role models.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And all of those things are adaptable to, seniors who maybe are a little bit more active and seniors who have some mobility issues. But yes, it's not uncommon to see a senior teaching other seniors.
That's wonderful. If anyone would have an interest in doing that, but they would get in touch with you?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
They can call the Council on Aging.
Okay. Back to the services. Do you have any health-related services?
We do. Twice a month we have our public health nurse come over and check blood pressures. So she's there on every other Thursday, and she'll offer blood pressure screenings for people. So that's nice because they can provide sort of that constant read and look to see if anything is off. The exercise classes, and then other just one-time programs that we may offer that are specific to cardiac health or nutrition. Those things are sort of ongoing, but not necessarily offered all the time.
Okay.
Special events.
Do you get input from the seniors as to the type of classes they'd like to have?
We do. A lot of times people will stop by my office and say, oh, I just saw this in Marshfield or Duxbury, and can we get that here? And so we always try to collaborate with other COAs and to bring the same services that other towns are seeing to our town. So a lot of times, yes, they'll come to me and say, can you get this? Can we get that? I really have an interest in this. And so we'll always try it. Doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be popular or that it's going to be a big hit, but if at least 2 or 3 people benefit from it, then that's beneficial.
That's great.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I wanted to ask you as well, you have a board, don't you? Are there, a type of board of,
yes.
of members?
So the Council on Aging is directed, or we're overseen by the Council on Aging Advisory Board. It's a currently 5 members of the board. They're all volunteers. They meet once a month, and they just sort of oversee the policies and procedures of the Council on Aging, not necessarily the day-to-day operations of the senior center.
Okay.
And they're very active, and they're very engaged. And they're always providing feedback on, a lot of them come to the senior center and participate in the activities. So they sort of see what's happening day to day with people and their needs and their desires as well. So they're able to offer feedback to us on other programs and activities.
Things they want. Do you work in a vacuum, or are you coordinated with other programs of the senior programs throughout the state? I mean, are there certain criteria you have to have as far as services or how you run the program? Are you pretty much your own entity?
So we're pretty much our own entity in terms of the town. There are statewide procedures that we do follow and statewide programs that we're involved with. The Mass Councils on Aging is a big one that we look to for collaboration in terms of implementing new programs, looking for past practices of how things have worked in other councils on aging that are similar in size in senior centers. But for the most part, there's nothing specific that we have to follow any guidelines for.
Okay. I know you have do you serve lunch every day or just certain days?
We serve lunch 4 days a week.
Okay.
We have a cafe that's operated inside the senior center. It's open for breakfast and lunch, and it's all done at no cost. Or I'm sorry, not no cost. It's we don't make a profit on the cafe, so everything is done at cost. So what we pay for the food is what the seniors pay. We keep the costs very minimal, and it's not a money-making service for the town. But we have an in-house chef who cooks, and meals are prepared Tuesday through Friday. And it's nice because it provides people a place to come and socialize and to have a quick bite to eat where they may not be able to cook for themselves or they don't like to cook for themselves. It's hard to cook for one. So they can come in for lunch, and they can also take a meal home if they'd like to. And it's low cost. Sometimes it's hard to go out to eat these days.
Oh, absolutely. It's getting very expensive.
Affordable, right.
Right. Do you have, now I know you have a Meals on Wheels program. Can you speak to that?
Sure. So the Senior Center is a meal site distribution center for Meals on Wheels, which is run through Old Colony Elder Services.
Okay.
That's run by, there's a meal site manager from Old Colony Elder Services, but the meals are delivered by volunteers. And they currently deliver 3 days a week. And they're always looking for volunteer drivers to fill shifts. Sometimes people are away or they can't make it in that day. But that's a great service that ever since I've been with the Council on Aging that we've run out of the Senior Center.
How do people apply to get that?
So they apply directly through Old Colony Elder Services.
Okay.
They would get set up as one of their clients, a constituent, and then they would get on the list to start deliveries. And they can come off at any time, and they can go back on at any time. And that's all just done through a care manager at Old Colony Elder Services.
Okay.
We
Great.
strictly serve as the site where they're sent out of.
I know we've had a very hot summer, and we had a very cold winter. So my understanding is you're a site for people who are particularly isolated at home if their air conditioner runs out or their heater isn't working. You've been a warm site and a cold site. Yes.
So right, during the very cold months and during the very hot months, we'll be designated as either a warming center or a cooling center, which means that during our normal operating hours, people can come in and they can either get warm or stay cool in the air conditioning. And sometimes in the winter, if we lose power, you can come in and you can charge your devices, you can watch TV, you can have a hot cup of coffee, and more importantly, socialize. People will be there. You can get something hot to eat. Just these past few days, we were open as a cooling center during the 90+ degree heat. Sometimes seniors don't have air conditioning in older homes, or they have air conditioning just in one room.
Right.
So it gets hot. And so anytime that happens, that's posted on the town's website.
Okay.
And typically on our Facebook page that we have been designated as a cooling center.
And I know on the phone, those who have landlines, or the town has their phone number.
Yep, you'll get the emergency alert notification via phone that we've been designated as a cooling station or a warming station.
Okay.
Yeah.
And times, well, you said operation is Monday through Friday, but times you're open.
Yep, the senior center is open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So during those, that's what I mean. Unless there was a major power outage or some sort of storm, then we would not be a warming or like an emergency shelter.
Right.
Just as the cooling station and the warming station is Monday through Friday. Those are the operating hours of the center.
Okay. Yeah. The focus of this program is loneliness and isolation and the need for socialization. Mm-hmm. What words would you give to people in the community who are isolated, who feel lonely, who are maybe a bit introverted or timid to come to a facility like this, to seek out other people, but would really love to have the community?
Sure. I think that that's a large portion of the people that come into the senior center every day. It's taking that first step just to come in, to tour the center. Anyone is always welcome to walk in and just say, this is my first time here, I want to see what you have to offer. What I typically do is immediately give someone the copy of our newsletter. These are all the programs that we have going on.
Which is tremendous, I have to say.
It's
several pages. It's amazing.
It's a small center, but we pack a lot
going on
in there.
Yeah.
So just taking that first step to come in, that's how people have developed the relationships that they have developed, because for whatever reason they've lost their spouse, they've moved, they've retired, they're looking for that next piece to keep them busy and to keep their social network thriving. So coming in, you're going to meet someone who's most likely in the exact same situation as you. They just want to stay social, they want to take an exercise class, they want to play cards, they want to quilt, they want to knit, or they're just there. You may know them as your neighbor. So I know sometimes it can be hard to take that first step, but we always encourage people. It's a friendly, welcoming place where most likely you're going to walk out of there ready to come back.
Oh, I would say so. I mean, anytime I've just walked through the door, I mean, the noise level and what's going on, and everyone's very social, and can I help you?
Right.
And yeah, it's really a bustling, very active, upbeat place.
We try.
Yeah,
we try to make it that.
You do a great job of it. Holly, next I'd ask you to please speak to the Livable Kingston program and the assessment that is coming up. This is July 30th that we're taping, but it's going to be coming up within the next month. So if you could speak to that, I'd appreciate it.
Yes. So relatively soon, within the next week or two, I hope, we'll be launching a community-wide survey that will be sent out and available to residents to identify gaps in services and areas that they feel are necessary to provide for an age and dementia-friendly community. So the town is working towards this designation of being an age and dementia-friendly community, which was established by AARP. And what that means is Kingston will be at the end of the survey, when the survey results come in, it will provide a plan, sort of a roadmap for ideas and for services that can be provided so that people of all ages can continue to live and thrive in Kingston, from a young adult raising your children here and through your senior years. So transportation, housing, access to health care, food insecurities, things like that. Those will all be addressed in this survey. The survey will be distributed a whole bunch of ways on our website, through the Council on Aging, through other town-wide departments. But it's an exciting initiative that many towns and communities in Massachusetts are undergoing, and it really just takes an in-depth look at what areas can be focused on to provide people that the longevity of staying where they live.
Right, and being happy and healthy where they are.
Exactly, and thriving into their older years.
Exactly. So, what age groups are you looking at who can complete this?
All age groups. Again, so it's people that are just moving into the community or thinking about moving into the community that may or may not have children or want to have children. So we're going to be addressing needs, school needs, environment needs, and into people who are retirement age and beyond. So, accessing healthcare, transportation issues, housing issues. That's sort of a hot button for all of Massachusetts.
Sure.
And when we get the plan together, there are things that are easy fixes, so to speak, easy implementation that are low cost, and then there are going to be some things that also would involve, buy-in from the town itself.
Right,
but
right.
It just provides a plan and a roadmap and an overall look at what is important to people and where the gaps are in terms of services. So.
That's tremendous. That's very, very exciting.
It is. We have a great working group that's helping out with the survey. You're one of the members, and so we have people from town departments, from businesses within the community, represented from our advisory board, and then other residents who have a stake in the community and want to help identify those areas. So
wonderful.
It's exciting.
And I know from my perspective. We're going to have copies of it in the health department, at the front desk, at the town hall. If you I belong to the garden club, it's going to go out to those members. I'm hoping to get it out to my church in town. So if you belong to a group and you would like to have access to this assessment, I would say, should they get in touch with you?
Yes.
Yes, and I will make sure you get it. It's going to go out electronically, but there'll also be paper copies?
Yes, we'll have paper copies at the Council on Aging, at the Health Department, at the Town Hall, the Townhouse, and there'll be an electronic version that people can access through the website and through QR codes for various other promotions.
Okay.
And we can always help people fill it out too. It's only about a 10-minute survey. It's important, but it's something that we can help people fill out if they don't feel comfortable using the computer and want to do it just on paper.
Terrific. And while I think about it, I do want to invite you back if you would be willing to share the results of this.
Absolutely.
I think it would be very interesting for people to know
Yes,
what
I'd
the
love to.
priorities are,
Yep.
what the issues are.
Yep.
And also, you were telling me earlier, Duxbury and Plymouth have already completed this survey, and Duxbury is on its second.
I believe on their second phase of
Phase.
implementation. Yep.
Right.
Yes.
So very
So it's
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good things.
Well, again, we are very fortunate to have you,
Oh, thank you.
someone of your expertise and enthusiasm, willingness to give back to the community. So thank you very much for being here today and sharing all the
Thank you.
information
It's
about
my
the
pleasure.
Council on
I
Aging.
truly enjoy my job, so it's
That's
my
obvious.
pleasure.
Okay.
Thank you.
So by way of a wrap-up, the widespread nature of loneliness, its significant impact on physical and mental health, and its implications for broader societal problems really makes it a serious public health problem that requires attention and some creative interventions at various levels, particularly personally and within our own community. Today we highlighted the Council on Aging, which is a perfect example of reaching out to people in the community to help address loneliness and to give them a sense of belonging. And in our next program, we will be meeting with the director of the animal shelter here in Kingston and hearing about programs that they have in place between community members and pets. And we'll also be speaking with Steve Miller, who is the adult librarian at the Kingston Library. He'll be talking to us about a number of programs that are offered there, again, to have people reach out and meet others in the community. So with that, stay happy and healthy.